Alright, I'm here. Maybe, possibly, potentially. Trying to figure out if the way things are being outputted right now is sufficiently decent. I would like to believe that it is. New things have changed somewhat. Oh god. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to just realize a slight problem with one of the things that I've opened. Alright, I should do it. It keeps like disconnecting, reconnecting me to a thing. Namely the Twitch chat here. I can see. But I think that is resolved. But anyway, yes, back to what I was saying. In the beginning, I am here, and I believe I am sufficiently not dying to where I can try to pull this off. How well it shall be pulled off is something that remains to be seen, especially considering the previous incidents of this, but let me see. I'm just gonna reload this page and see if that helps with one of the things that I was just mentioning, but yes. I am looking at a few things that I didn't realize were up, but also I am intending to do another attempt at the thing being, of course, that game that I was playing just over a year ago, and that I wanted to get done like in a short span of time, but then unfortunate stuff happens. But the difference is that this time around, I'm actually attempting to begin this playthrough after the bad stuff has already happened, namely that I was sick for like well, I don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of sick. I am intending to potentially hide that as much as possible by judicious use of the microphone controls, but I'm nowhere near as sick as I was when I first got sick, like around friggin' Christmas Eve, I'm pretty sure, wouldn't you know it. And I stayed pretty sick for about a week, but it's gotten better, thankfully, for the most part, as I mentioned. But yeah, the unfortunate part of it should be behind us, and that's what matters. And I am continuing to click on stuff because there's one thing that I'm gonna need for this. This one, maybe? Yeah. But yeah, Mizzurna Falls is the game that I was playing about a year ago, and that I didn't manage to finish because I just kind of vanished off the face of the earth for a while because of big uncertainty as to a thing, but that's all resolved and we shouldn't have to worry about that now, so I intend to resume that in just a moment. I would like to imagine that goodness, just getting into it should do the trick. As you can tell, I did prepare a few things in preparation, in anticipation of this stream, but not enough to actually make this something that I would say I was 100% prepared for, but let's see. That should be about to change. Let's find out. As I cease talking, I mean, is there anything else that I even want to talk about other than what I've been mumbling about for the past 4 minutes or so? Probably not. I mean, there's a couple of things have changed as far as the stream setup since... Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Let me change that. Well, there is a slight difference in my hardware now. I do have a shiny new graphics card that I upgraded recently for Christmas time, pretty much, from a 7-year-old GTX 970 to a shiny new RTX 2060. And more importantly, I'm pretty sure that from what I've experienced of that graphics card over the past several days, weeks, I don't know, a couple of weeks at this point, pretty much. Where's my pontificator? There it is. It is much quieter than my last one as far as the fan on the graphics card, but that shouldn't matter right now anyway, because right now I'm pretty sure I have it throttled, because I don't think anything I will be doing right now, there we go, should be demanding enough that I should have to unthrottle it. I'm not too sure. I suppose we shall see. And I guess something that I realized that I completely failed to take into consideration when it came to what would put load on my GPU just before I upgraded from the last one was streaming on top of like trying to run games at an acceptable rate. And do both of these things in such a way that it wouldn't end up melting the GPU. And also not be like, you know, jet engine sounds with the fan. I think I've managed to, you know, with the new setup, get to a point where that's not really going to be a concern though. And speaking of noises, did make a slight adjustment because one of my big concerns with noises on my stream is that I tried using a noise filter to like kind of offset the fan noises from the last GPU, but it, you know, when I watched back the VODs for that, I noticed it's a bit quieter. But when I watched back the VODs, I did notice that the effect that had on my own voice was that it ended up cutting out a bunch of stuff, so I didn't really want to have that having of an effect. So what I've done is switch from the previous noise suppression thing that I had, which was whichever one I'm not using right now, RN noise. I switch from that to speaks, which I believe should have less of an impact on that from the very sparse test that I've had, but anyway, I think I've mumbled on long enough. Speaking of all that, let me try this and see how this works. As we say bye-bye to the music for a moment. Something I don't really like about that music plugin, I will say, is how it's very nice that it displays the album art like it does, but when nothing's playing, it does have that ugly square just left over. So I kind of have to figure out where I even put that thing so I can make it invisible. Manually, I guess. Alright, hold on. I believe I do have a thing running. Yeah, I might have to throw this thing, actually, hold on.
At 6:13 a.m. in a forest just outside Mizzurna Falls,
I think I'm just gonna try to
at the base of the Rocky Mountains, a teenage girl was found unconscious and soaked in blood.
Do a few things. Okay, there you go. It's visible. I guess I'm gonna blow it up a little bit on my end.
The girl, Kathy Flannery, 16, had wounds all over her body that appeared to have been inflicted by animals.
Well, let's do this properly. Let's reset this. Because I am gonna have to do a few things. Yeah, this shouldn't be a problem. I shouldn't put like big strain, but I guess it is. For my sake, I better go ahead and keep this unthrottled for the time being. But anyway, I'm also gonna have to figure out a few things. This is a big Gaber setup that I need to have for this. I need my very detailed walkthrough that I've pretty much adapted from a previous walkthrough that I found. I need to be able to look at other stuff.
In a forest just outside Mizzurna Falls, a small town at the base of the Rocky Mountains, a teenage girl was found unconscious and soaked in blood. The girl, Kathy Flannery, 16, had wounds all over her body that appeared to have been inflicted by animal claws. Police believe she was attacked by a bear. Only an hour later, at 7 a.m., Emma Rowland, 18, a classmate of Kathy's, was discovered missing by her mother, who alerted the authorities. Local police suspect the two events are connected. With a population of less than 2,000 people, the close-knit community of Mizzurna Falls is all too familiar with the two young lives that now hang in the balance.
don't remember if there's like a separate trailer thing that plays after this. I guess not. I think there is. I might just like leave this alone for a second, see if that comes up. I do remember there being like something like that that does play, you know, here as sort of an attract mode thing. Demo trailer thing. That is, you know, separate from what we just saw. Yeah, there we go. And it is, in fact, an in-game thing where you can hear this song, which is the only place you can hear it in-game. I don't know if this game ever had like, I mean it probably did, but I guess what kind of advertisements this game had in like an RL context. Because as you probably can kind of figure out just from looking at this, even though I am playing the fan translation, this game did only come out in Japan. I feel like there's a few more things that I could say about this game, but I feel like I would say like a good amount of them when I tried this last. I mean, this is a pretty ambitious, a really ambitious game for its time actually. It's PS1. It's from 1998, which is, in my opinion, one of the best years ever for video games. This being part of the reason, and it's like an open world, mystery, Twin Peaks inspired, a lot of things of that nature. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of chord wheeling as well. That's how prepared I am. And it also serves as a big inspiration for certain games like Deadly Premonition and, to a lesser extent, Shenmue, I guess, because this does predate that by a year, I think. Shenmue 1. Alright, hold on. I will now attempt to get this thing to figure out that my controller is connected. Let's see here.
6:13 a.m. in a forest just outside Mizzurna Falls, a small town at the base of the Rocky Mountains. A teenage girl was found unconscious and soaked in blood.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, there seems to be a problem, though.
16, had wounds all over her body that appeared to have been inflicted by animal claws. Police believe she was attacked by a bear.
She was attacked by a bear,
Only
maybe.
an hour later, at 7 a.m.,
You don't actually know.
Roland,
That's the
18,
thing.
a classmate of Kathy's, was discovered missing by her mother, who alerted the authorities.
Yeah, there's a few things. Let's see.
Local
Not
police suspect the two events
sure
are
what the problem
connected.
is. It should be connected.
With a population of less than 2,000 people, the close-knit community of Mizzurna Falls is all too familiar with the two young lives that now hang in the balance.
Digital controller? Hold on. I mean... Oh, maybe that was a problem. I didn't realize that it's one of those games that doesn't like it when you try to play it with an analog controller, I guess. I mean, it's not actually compatible with it. We can turn the vibration on. I don't know if it'll actually work. Don't quite remember. We can adjust the screen, not that we really need to. Safety area, borderline. Yeah, we don't really need to do that. I guess that we have to do it with an actual old CRT thing. You can actually change that with... No, you can't change it, never mind. I mean, not like it matters. It doesn't actually affect anything right now, so let's just... let's check if there's anything too low right now. I don't think there is, because I have changed my setup for this. In the meanwhile... Yeah, there is no data, so let's start a new game. As is our want and experiences. This game from Human Entertainment, who are known for a few things, I believe. One of their things that they are best known for are the Clock Tower series, of which there's like a couple of very cursory references in this game. They also made the Fireman on Super Nintendo. And there's probably at least one important thing of theirs that I'm completely forgetting, but those are definitely the first two things that come to mind when I think about what they made, other than this, of course. Thanks, Friday, for helping to program this. I mean, the fan translation for this was like a joint venture, I believe, the actual realization of this translated script into a usable thing, which is what you're seeing now. Was in the works for quite a long time, because yeah, these things take time, especially if it's being done by a very small number of people in an entirely independent fan capacity. And also the credit for Eternal, which you even see here in the opening. It's quite a few things I don't remember about this game, honestly, as much as I like it. So there's specific credits that you get a glimpse of just during the opening. Alright, let's see. How could this begin? Well, what are the first things we need to see? Yeah, there's the prologue. It's December 25th, 8:11 AM. I would have liked to stream this during Christmas time, as I attempted to, last year, but unfortunately I was covering my long side at that point, so not quite an option, but hey, this is the next best thing. So here's Matthew, I believe. Our hero, yep. With the unreadable green football sweater. Winona. What's up? Why are you calling me on this very old cell phone? Something's happened to Emma. Just like we heard in the opening. Actually, am I controlling the dialogue right now, or? I think I am. Well, here's the thing. You can't press start during this entire sequence. Like, you might end up doing that just to see what the buttons do. But if you do that, it'll just skip this entire prologue sequence and skip you ahead to where the game, quote-unquote, actually starts, I guess. He hasn't seen Emma since last night. Emma has gone missing. Did something happen? Did Matthew already hear about the other girl who apparently was found half dead? As we saw in the opening there. It's probably nothing, though. Don't worry about that. No, something must have happened if she's that scared. Nona is not convinced. Now we gotta meet up and talk about it. Maybe talk about this picture in which Matthew looks a lot more scrawny. Even though apparently it was the summer of that same year. And Emma, Winona, and me at that barbecue. That should be Emma, Winona, and I, Matthew. I'll have you know. Emma was a normal kind of girl. Winona wouldn't be this worried about her. However, she's a loner and impossible to read. Therefore, not normal. Apparently, they spoke just the previous night, but she was a million miles away. There was something about her that made her look beautiful. Question mark. More beautiful than ever, as a matter of fact. And now we're, well, kind of in control. The game hasn't really started yet, and we'll see what we mean eventually, but we can't sleep now. Maybe we should take a shower before Winona comes over. We can't check what time it is. We can, however, check the picture again, I guess. She seemed so alone. And here you got these very interesting time controls. There's the photo. You can either just pick it up or get a description of it. Can't get such a description of that TV, though. Or these posters. Only the photo that's close by. I don't remember if there's a way to, like, I don't know. Oh yeah, there is. You can turn yourself 45 degrees in a direction, or 90 degrees actually, in a direction by pressing L and R. Or L1 and R1, I guess I should say. To be or not to be? How come it opened at that page? Well, I don't know, I mean... We used to have an edition of the Bible, actually, that always opened to a very... like fortune-tellery, horoscopy kind of quote that can be applied to a lot of things just because there was a picture next to that. Like, it was like stuck into the binding and it was printed in a different kind of paper than like the rest of the pages, so that's the reason why. Maybe that's the reason why it opened up to that quote, but I'm not gonna need this, question mark. Talking about the notebook, wasn't it? Kind of a, yeah. Wasn't paying attention, oops. That's totally my fault, hold on. It's actually a little bit tough to control Matthew sometimes, but keeps working, this old radio cassette player. As we can take a shower here in the little bathroom that we have in our shed. It's quite nice that we have this, the privacy of this shed with all this completely functional. Looks like quite a nice setup for someone in Matthew's position. Well, let's take a shower with our clothes on real quick, and there we go. Gee, that was easy. And here is one of the most important parts of the game. You can pet the dog. Absolutely vital. Even though I don't think the dog ever moves from this spot, you can always find him here. You can check out the mailbox, maybe, or not, because when we try to do that, get intercepted by Uncle Nos. Want us to get inside the shop proper. It's a little weird how freaking Matthew lives here in this shed behind the shop, and yet Nos, who owns the shop, doesn't actually live here himself, so we'll soon find out. Okay, so we can make sure that there are no letters, but yeah, we're pretty much barred from leaving this area way soon. Purple and I were just talking yesterday during our stream that we would probably replay this with a guide. Yeah, I would not recommend doing this game without one. Town sheriff possessed of a strong sense of justice, is renowned for being reliable and fair-minded. Safety of the townsfolk is his top priority. And it's about Emma. Did something happen to Emma? We got a call from Emma's mom asking us to look for her, know where she might be. I saw Emma last night, but she seemed off somehow. Hard to put into words. We've been told about. Oh, he apparently can't explain it for a little bit now. There's Uncle Nos. He runs a town's general store and lets Matthew live in the small house behind the shop. Well, it's just a shed. Probably just at our friend's place, except probably would have heard about it by now if we got police asking about it. We're on day 6 and we were told the game ends on day 7, so we're missing a lot. I mean, from what I remember, just off the top, there's like a couple of things you can see on day 6, and like depending on whether you see them or not, that's like a pretty good indicator of how much you've missed. I don't know. Like if you missed a lot, you won't see them at all. And I think there's not much of anything that happens on day 6 if you don't have that available, actually, but I actually have a, whatchamacallit, I have a walkthrough that I have, it's pretty much adapted from one that I found, but I added a bunch of detailed stuff to it. I could, like, share that with you if you want. And now we're talking about the girl that was found in the, I guess found in the woods, injured up, and the music's back. Jesus freak. Barton's turned her into his personal acolyte. But we're not in the same year, so we didn't really talk. Around 6 o'clock this morning, she was found in Barrows Forest, barely alive. Cohen found her, breathing but just clinging to life. If he'd found her even a few minutes later, she'd probably be dead. Looks like a bear attacked her. Must have failed to hibernate. They get real violent when that happens. Gonna be cool? Yeah, I'll see if I can get that too. I can give it another once over later to see if there's like any... I think I try to make it mostly spoiler free. Just to check for that. But yeah, I can do that for sure. We're wondering why Kathy was in the forest. First she turns up hurt and now Emma's been missing since last night. What's up with that? And the strange thing about Kathy is... Well, I guess we're not gonna hear the end of that sentence. We can talk more there, though. Snoss just cares about hunting the bear. We were supposed to meet up with Winona, and now we've kind of become wrapped up in this as well. Here, tell her I've gone with the sheriff, I guess. There you go. Anything more to say, Uncle Nuss? Bears on the loose, a killer on the prowl. Rough days ahead. Not quite wrapped in plastic, but also there's the sheriff. Kind of waiting off stage. Guess we can't really look at much of anything right now. Always afraid I'll get caught in a hook when I walk by to get to my room. And also very glad that I don't express that out loud, because that's ridiculous. It has a little bit of everything, including TVs and big speakers, I guess. We can make out down there. There's pretty much only one thing in here that's important, though. As you might imagine, it's not a matter of lighters are on sale, they're a textbook impulse buy. You want a lighter? Could come in handy. If I catch you smoking, I'll make you eat the whole pack. Oh no, I guess he won't let us grab a lighter. I don't know if we can access the menu yet. I don't think so, because I think that's for triangle, and it's not doing anything right now. I gotta remember that everything start at any point during this prologue. We'll skip the whole prologue, so... Alright. Well, here we are in the town square, a place we've seen quite a bit of. Father Barden's coming too. No, apparently Kathy's regained consciousness. We're going to Gruber Hospital first. You don't even remember, like, how much you actually see in this, this whole sequence before the game actually starts. And there you go. Behold the power of a PlayStation 1. Someone rushes across the street. And we got try to do quite a bit of birdsong before we reach our next destination here. I need to ask a sensitive question. When she called this morning, Emma's mom wasn't just upset, she was absolutely hysterical. But she couldn't have known about Kathy yet. That's what I need to know basis only, so what's up with that? Emma's the kind of girl where nobody ever knows what she's thinking. Sometimes her head will get stuck in the clouds for days at a time. Talking about the same Emma, I never got that impression from her. She's good at hiding how she really feels. Emma's like a vase, you know, beautiful but easy to break. They were asking if she could have killed herself, huh? No one really knows, but I'm guessing that's what Mrs. Rowland is worried about. Yes, we don't know. You can just press start and skip the entire thing. Yeah, I've been mentioning that. I actually have that written down in my little walkthrough as well. Clock doesn't start running until the end of the prologue. Couldn't be close in the same way. To speak with the chief of medicine. But yeah, there's quite a few characters and bits of dialogue that we get during this. No better to experience it, I think. Didn't bring your damn cigarettes, Barbara. The thing she loves more than smoking is being cryptic. Sounds like someone else we've been talking about, maybe. I'm underage, ma'am. I mean, to know what part of the, you live in, I don't know why that's the first thing that came to mind, but I don't know, I guess it doesn't really matter. I think just about anywhere you can find people who like get their hands on cigarettes and smoke like chimney, no matter what age they are, because they don't know any better. Chief of Medicine will meet you in Kathy's room. Room 201. So this is where you learn that she wants cigarettes. Makes quite a point of it. What's that lady in the hospital for anyway? My poor feet ache so much I can't bear to stand, I mean... She's faking it. She was like 66, they said, I mean... I don't know. Oh, I'm in control, by the way. Talk to her some more. Don't forget to bring cigarettes when you visit. Maybe we can talk to the nurses here. And apparently where we're going is not there. Oh yeah, we can actually. I'm gonna have to like get used to the controls for this again. Up we go. Yeah, it's pretty tricky how to figure out how to do some of the stuff in this game, but it's quite handy that there's some resources for that. And she apparently cannot help us either, even though Asks is just kind of hanging around here. I wish you could do the 90-degree turns in the car. Well, if you play the unpatched version of Saints Row 2, I think you can do that, but not in this game. Now that I think about it, I can't let you inside. It's police business, after all. Yeah, I mean... like, whenever we go places with my grandma, we do try to get her a wheelchair, even though she's not, like, unable to walk or anything. But she is, like... quite a bit older than 66 at this point. She's regained consciousness. Her wounds aren't too serious, but I'm worried about the risk of her going into shock. It's like she's not really here, just keeps staring vacantly at the same spot. Her heart is beating, but her mind isn't working. Could be trauma, could be brain damage. It's too soon to tell. It's hard to call this living. I'm just gonna say that in the presence of all these people. Well, convenient that the walls are this thin at the hospital. She's alive in the literal sense of the word, but to spend the rest of her days like this... And here come Father Barton, 56, pastor of the local church. Adoptive father of Kathy. Sounds like she's catatonic. I mean, I can tell you this because I've been listening in, even though I'm literally across the hallway from where the door is. And James, who just kind of stares at us for a moment and then just goes in. So she has regained consciousness, but she's unresponsive. She's not the one that needs to hear me. Oh boy, and something interesting going on with Kathy. Her vitals are failing. Bit of a commotion that we can only hear some of the sound effects for. Don't know why the AG noises got so louder when they weren't audible before. So what was that about? He just died. In that span of time. Now we're heading back to that apartment. Or at least he is. I don't think he dumps us here. I think we do have to go with him. The hell is happening today? I suppose was Matthew's inner monologue there. Better follow Morgan, but you can also see, I guess, just this guy, James, and oh wait, no, Barton and James are like fused together because they were the two actors who came in during that previous sequence. So they had to go somewhere instead of just disappearing. I think you've pretty much already seen the little nudges to Clock Tower in this game. There's Barrow's Forest, as in the Barrow's family, who are the antagonists in those games, and hold on a moment. And also Barton, who has the same name as one of the characters in the first Clock Tower game that came out for the PS1. There's James, the hospital psychiatrist. Ooh, the shrink that's into Native American stuff. James Loloma. An expert on Western philosophy and logic. And conducting research into the indigenous tribe of this region, the Amohi. How did you know my name? Lucky guess. Apparently heard about from Emma, who is a patient of his. Didn't know she was going to counseling. Okay. You're familiar with doctor-patient confidentiality. I'm concerned about Emma. And yet I'm going to let this particular bit of information just be openly divulged. Mind if I ask a personal question? We believe in the supernatural. Ghosts, psychic abilities, that kind of thing. Never come across anything like that in my life so far, anyway. I most certainly do. Well, science cannot explain everything in our world. There's no contradiction in being open to alternatives. What does this have to do with anything? If your Emma's in grave danger, and I'm at fault, I should have sensed something was off. I'm willing to risk my medical license to find her safely, and if you two were as close as she said, you might be able to spot something I couldn't. Like I said, we're on day 6 right now. We only just now on day 6 discovered the ruins. Trying to remember. I think there's only one place that I can think of that would be... that you could call ruins. And I think that is a place you need to go to at some point, but... the apartments. That's not the place I was thinking of. Because there's like the apartments in like the middle of town area, but I don't think those count as ruins. There's another place that could be described as apartments, but I don't think they call those ruins either, so I'm not too sure. Well, I have a strong suspicion that Emma's disappearance is linked to the supernatural based on the issues she described in my own intuition. To begin with, she often spoke of a recurring dream she had. I was also having some philosophical doubts. Like, am I truly alive? She was fixated on this. I think she was questioning the meaning of life, perhaps doubting her own existence. It's not that unusual. Humans have been questioning the meaning of life since antiquity. That was one of her more significant issues. So what about the recurring dream she was having? What did she dream of? Blue light, distorted space, divine hymns. Eternal sleep welcoming her from within. Everyone has dreams like that. I don't know about that. When her body dissolved and was devoured by animals, she enters a world where she can see nothing, hear nothing, and then she awakens with a strong dissociative feeling, like she wasn't really herself. Just like how we've been describing her. She was living in fear of something, but I have no idea what. And she mentioned having problems she couldn't discuss with anyone. And off he goes. Find one at Club Wolves starting at around 8 PM. It's nice that he mentioned that to us, but I guess we don't immediately know what to make of that. Can we get some more? Usually find me in this room or in the lobby. Alright. Guess we can't really get much more out of him. And probably get reminded one more time to get our cigarettes, yeah. But let's just continue to follow Morgan for now. Once in the middle of town, didn't even know they were there until finding them by chance on day 6. Yeah. I mean, from what I remember, there's like one specific thing you're encouraged to do. That pretty much leads you there. They're kind of inconspicuous otherwise. Dan, hey, we know I was here. Matthew's classmate and Emma's best friend. Precious few friends, and we don't know how to unique talent for getting her to open up. That's a very specific thing to say. Went to the sheriff's department and heard you were here. Where do you see Morgan? Oh. Wait, that whole thing happened during the time we were, like, between when Morgan left and when we got out here? That's awfully fast. Morgan's opened an official missing persons investigation into Emma. Oh boy, she better turn up. You think Emma and Kathy were together last night? Who knows? I guess we won't be able to hear it from Kathy now that she's dead. If they were there, then Emma's probably... Then what did happen to her? So much has happened already, my head's still spinning. It's hard to get a handle on things. Can't just sit around and wait. There must be some way for us to help. Go to the sheriff's department to see Morgan. But she's going to Emma's house. Came here in my car. Oh. And apparently she's walking to Emma's house, which is apparently not far. I guess it's not... I don't know. I'm trying to, like, remember what the map even looks like in my head. I haven't looked at it on this yet, but I do believe that's true. Kathy's last words. Between all the screaming, she said, "No, don't." What's up with that? And how is that connected with Emma? We don't know what's the deal with her. And yeah, well, they tell you here, even though this is like really easy to find out on your own. Starting a new game, you may press the start button while in control of Matthew to skip to this moment. There's no penalty for doing so, except that you miss all that dialogue and setup. Save the game, you must return to Matthew's room and sleep. Saving consumes 1 hour or more. Pretty sure you have the option to sleep like 5 hours at a time as well, and a notebook. Oh yeah. Original script Resident Evil, final localized script Zeros, and programming Nikita 600. There you go. There's your translation credits. As we skip ahead to the sheriff's apartment, where the game actually gets going. So here we are. We're in control now, and we're on the clock. Now that the game has actually started, so let's do things efficiently. We kinda have to. You'll notice here in the waiting area, there's a map of the town lying on the floor. Left side of the map's lying here, we say to the receptionist, Mary Lou. I picked all of them up. I don't know why they would have been on the floor, but It's for tourists, but we gotta keep it because I guess we don't know the layout of our own town well enough. We got lots of them. So there's a town map. And now that we've gone and done that, we can do what I think a normal human would have done upon first coming in here, which is talking to the receptionist. We're supposed to meet with Morgan again. There's Mary Lou Lang. An avid gardener. Haphazardly decorates the station with plants, much to Morgan's chagrin. And apparently when I came here, I guess, yeah, she would have come here if what she said was true before going to the hospital. And Morgan was, yeah, apparently headed back here. Head to the room on the right, not before you enter. Yeah, better heed that. And alright. Go ahead and knock. And I think the prompt was to press square during that right press circle. Stranding you at the hospital like that, yeah, how dare you. Thankfully we had a car delivery show up. Opening an official missing persons report about Emma. I'd like to ask you about last night again. You saw Emma at the lakeside around 7 in the evening. Tried to talk to her about she was being distant. She said she wanted to be alone, so I left pretty quickly. And then no one saw her again. There was something strange about what happened to her, to Kathy. What's up with that? This is a job for the police, but you gotta let me help in some way, just like that psychiatrist dude. He was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna open up to you and tell you everything. And now Hudson's back. Hudson being apparently guardian of holding cells and probably related to the receptionist just based on the family name. Emma's mother was in shock and able to talk, but we found someone who says they saw Emma at around 10 PM last night. And yeah, go ahead and open up to him though. It's Mel Aston. That punk. So Emma out for a walk while he was out on his way to the bar. She called out to her, but she didn't answer, so he just let her be. And he hasn't been home all night. Got him waiting in the interrogation room. He's just calling about Kathy, the one who found her in the forest, and I guess whatever he says isn't sufficiently confidential that Morgan's concerned about Matthew learning it. At least he makes that assumption. Don't get too involved. If anything happens, call me immediately. Oh, he wants us to stay away at this point. Like, yeah, we got this totally. Even though, despite the very nature of the case, it's probably gonna be other people who have more valuable information. So off we go. Except before we leave, let's check the bulletin board. We can learn about the news. The Denver Tribune, a statewide newspaper. Two tragedies shatter a peaceful Christmas, December 25th. At 6:14 AM in a forest just outside Mizzurna Falls, a small town at the base of the Rocky Mountains. A teenage girl was found unconscious and soaked in blood. Girl Kathy Flannery, 16, had wounds all over her body that appeared to have been inflicted by animal claws. Police believe she was attacked by a bear. Only an hour later at 7 AM, Emma Rowland, 18, a classmate of Kathy's, was discovered missing by her mother, who alerted the authorities. Local police suspect that two events are connected. With a population of less than 2,000 people, the close-knit community of Mizzurna Falls is all too familiar with the two young lives that now hang in the balance. So the same kind of thing that we saw in the sort of preview thing. Tragedy has struck our town this morning. After being found on the verge of life in the forest, Father Barton's daughter Kathy has unfortunately passed away. Compounding matters, my own daughter Emma is missing. Coordinating with the police, I am organizing a search party to sweep the forest. City councilors, please gather at the church at 1 p.m. today, says Mayor Steve Rowland. And we can also check the yellow pages here. My house is in here too. There's Cohen's house, Deer Street in the west part of town near the forest entrance. And nothing else to look up right now, so let's leave this place. Try to refamiliarize myself with a couple of things. I do like these realistic load times anyway. It's very authentic. Let's see. I should be able to check a few things now, including the town map, yeah. So we're here at the police station. We know that Cohen's Lodge is like over here, I think, yeah. So we can head over there in a short span of time. There we go. Well, we know there's gonna be a meeting at the church at 1 p.m. and it's like 10 a.m., just past 10 a.m. right now. So I'll have to check that out, but now let's see. Let's see if I can remember what the road is gonna be like. The route to get to Cohen's Lodge, and I think that's, never mind, that was an important character, but I think that's just like a random person going by. Oh yeah, we can't actually check the map, I guess that's also realistic. Can't actually check the map until we're stopped, so, right. Have to go in a bit of a crisscross here to get to where we're going. Try not to get smashed into the trees. Thankfully there's no like damage meter. You can see that there is a gas meter, but as far as slamming into things, it doesn't really affect your car. Okay, open up. I don't actually want to do that. We got the wrong number. I actually wanted to get out of the car so that we can pay a visit to this guy now that we're actually at his place. Well, Cohen, you see, we were told to come here and talk to you. Cohen Strasbourg. First person to discover Kathy at the scene. He hangs out right next to the forest. Morgan has entrusted him with overseeing said forest. Here to ask me about what happened on this morning. Thought you might know something about Emma. Well, let's have a chat about it, even though we've had a few chats on the prologue sequence already. Just offering something to drink. I mean, presumably he would be mindful that we're a minor. But we talk about this morning, let's talk about how the forest was last night. Went out there like I do every night, but this time things felt strange. There was no wind at all, and it was dead silent. No animals. I was creeped out. And then around midnight, a strong wind picked up out of nowhere. A great host of clouds started to blot out all the moonlight. I lived here for a while, and not once has the forest been anything like that. Later early in the morning, I woke up with this terrible feeling like a premonition. I swallowed my fear and hurried to the forest as fast as I could. And found Kathy collapsed. Kathy in front of a big tree looked like someone had set a fire around it. But Kathy wasn't alone. Unless she just went out there and lit the fire by herself. But I mean, maybe she met someone in the forest and got attacked by the bear later. Even if the two of them were together, why would they go into the forest? What would they have to do there? One cannot help but wonder about these things. Well, that was informative. First we have to figure out what really killed Kathy. Could have been the bear that everyone keeps talking about, or it could be something else completely unrelated, who knows. Then we can worry about what he was doing in the forest. And I think Emma is still alive. So anyway, let's move, because we've actually got a few things we need to look at before certain events that are actually critical begin to happen. Let's see. I think the north route this time, I guess, another crisscross, because the roads here are kind of inconvenient for what we're trying to do. Alright, this should be the way north to the suburb area where the house we're trying to go to is, which I believe is over here with this black car in front. I do believe that's it. Let's see. Gotten here a little bit later than I would have liked to, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Hey, Steve. And we don't us here too, wouldn't you know it? Steve Rowland, Emma's father and the town's mayor, agonizing over how he could have tried harder to understand his daughter. With that odd face of his. And there's the mother, who we've been told many times has not been taking it well. Still in shock, she's been reduced to moping around the house. Wherever Emma is right now, she needs our help. So, apparently helping Morgan with the investigation, even though Morgan told him to, not bother, basically. Did you permit me to look through Emma's room? No, apparently Sarah's not a big fan of that idea. Both want to help, but just give her some time. Don't want anyone going into Emma's room until Sarah calms down. So that's unfortunate right now. Emma got home around 8 p.m. We talked a little about how Christmas is sacred, so there must be a powerful force at work for the day. We're just getting into the holiday spirit. Well, after that, she said she was tired and went to her room to go to bed. Mel saw Emma out for a walk at around 10 p.m. Must have snuck out. Can you believe it? I guess that's pretty much that. Let's see what the mom has to say. Maybe if we can exit this corner with this plant. You can try to talk to her. Or just reassure her. When Kathy's funeral will be held? Don't know, I guess. Well, that's all we can really comment on right now. As for Winona, do you like Emma? Well, sure, I like her. Like I like all you guys. Wink, wink. That's all it is about. Are you asking me this? My dad set a curfew for me after what's happened. You're leaving you to give me a ride home. Yeah, sure, let's do that. You remember where I live, right? Well, if you check our map, maybe we will remember that. Over there, but she lives at the gas station, actually, Winno's house. Which is also the gas station. So let's head off. She is very, very diligent about staying next to us. I have to be mindful that since it does take a minute to load back to the main overworld every time, it does feel like a good opportunity to do some of that microphone management that I may have alluded to earlier. To keep unfortunate sick remnant noises from making it onto the stream, basically. Probably. Really kind of should have done that before, I don't know. Actually, let me go ahead and check the map real quick. I said check the map real quick, thank you. And there we go, take that as an opportunity to do exactly that. So we're going there, we have to cross the bridge, and probably go through the town center, and then just turn right and we'll be there. Should be not too difficult to remember. There's also like a couple of close roads that I think one of them opens up after a certain point, but there are other ones that just never open up. Oh dear. Okay. I should probably also do a bit of insurance when it comes to this game, but I suppose I'll do that after we get to this next destination that we're trying to get to here. Alright, just go through the town center, which makes everything do like, you know, the old NES thing where there's like too many things on screen and it slows down like that. I suppose this game was the game that pushed fucking PlayStation 1 to that same kind of point. So we're here. Yesterday I went to the school library with Emma. Emma was reading this dense, thick book. Had something to do with philosophy. Remember, she had to get it down from the top of the bookshelves, and that's like the only clue we get about where we might find it. It shouldn't even matter, it was uneventful. I feel like Emma's somehow guiding us. Like, I remember this for a reason. He's psychically communicating this to me as like, hey, this is gonna help you find me or something. I don't know. And there's Robert. I mean, it's the middle of the morning, so I would imagine that the curfew wouldn't be in effect at this point, but I believe that should have given us a new address that we technically didn't have before we got to high school. So after that, let me see. We could get a refill, but I don't think we really need one right now. Let's head back over to the center of town, which is technically where our home base is. Since that will be an opportunity for us to grab something from there. Pretty sure it's over here. This is the place where we hang out, because this is where we have our little shed. And there's a couple of important things that we should pretty much get as soon as possible. First, let's pet the dog. It's very important. Let's go in the shed. Let's check this thing again, which we checked during the prologue but we couldn't interact with. There's a notebook in here. And we were told this is important, but he didn't want to take it at that point. The notebook serves two functions. Firstly, to record information about characters. Secondly, to record phone numbers. You use the notebook, you open the item window with triangle and select the notebook. Select the desired feature and press circle. Information in the notebook will be updated as you make progress in the game. Phone numbers will be automatically recorded after successfully connecting a call. Or maybe earlier. I feel like, well, I don't know. I don't remember if that's exactly how it works, in fact, but let me take an opportunity to make my own save here, I guess. There we go. Just made a bit of an emergency save of my own. Not quite using the proprietary save system, even though we will be using that at some point, but the other thing to look into is that we need to grab this flyer in the mailbox before we leave. Auto Garage. We treat your car like family. If the car breaks down, just call us toll free at... use this symbol 4 times. And I do believe that's it. Goodness, right. And now we do kind of have to hurry though. Like I said, we have a good amount of time to do. Good amount of things to do and a small amount of time in which to do them. During this sequence, we should head off to the high school, which means take a left turn and then take another left turn. Once we're able to here. Let's drive down the middle of the road. That's what it's for, after all. Actually quite fortunate that there's like no incidents that can't happen if you smash into anything with the car. But can we? Yeah, we can. I guess there's no real reason why we should really have to, but we can actually drive into the high school area, but main high school is closed right now, so we have to go into this building here. Which is the library, and which is where people are actually going to be located right now. Finding Matthew Williams in the library must be a Christmas miracle. Gee, thanks, Miss Holden, who is 26. Just, I don't know, I would say it seems kind of young for a high school teacher, but I don't even know. Treated Emma like a little sister and was one of the few people Emma could open up to. I heard about Kathy. You think Kathy and Emma were together last night? Who knows? Apparently no one knows, but we're all speculating about that. Wonder if Emma and Kathy are connected at all, even though that's something that, like everyone says, is definitely a yes. So how stressed Emma had been lately, whatever was worrying her, is probably why she disappeared. But just a feeling I got from her demeanor, her body language, that kind of thing. Sure, I couldn't be of more help. Well, back to the main office. Oh, that was... very interesting, but... there's one thing that we can do here that I think I do want to do. Let's see. Need to go across the room here past these obstacles to talk to the receptionist here. Where are the books on philosophy? Second bookshelf from the right on the wall next to the door on the top shelf. From the right on the wall next to the door on the top shelf. So yeah, we can find that bookshelf. Right over here, but we need something to reach the top shelf. I think it's this thing here. This little block. Yeah, we don't need to step on it yet, so we need to pick it up. At least she's able to tell us exactly what we're looking for, or exactly where we're looking, or to find what we're looking for. That's what I meant to say. I'll just put it down right there. Get up here and check this book. Is this the one book we know to mention, the only thick book on philosophy in existence? It's titled A Complete History of Western Philosophy. The bookmark's stuck between the pages. Nothing exists. Even if something did exist, it could not be understood. Even if it could be understood, that knowledge could not be communicated to others. Kinda dark. Did Emma leave this bookmark here? Could ask James about it. Maybe I'll take another look. Yep, it tells us the same thing. And yeah, that's a very, very high abstraction to consider for something philosophical, but... I'll also try to talk to this one more time, but I don't know if she'll say anything else, but she'll give it a try. Can we even go in here? Come on. Guess I need to align myself not with the middle of this door structure, but with one half of it that I can actually pass through. Hey Liz, what's up? Is the main building closed? The principal had it locked up after what happened. Need to get inside. And that's all we have to say about that. So we know that the main building is closed. Try to cheer up Winona. Well, we'll assume that our continued presence close to her and interacting with her is going to be doing a decent enough job of that. So let's get out of here. And we do have to get over here. Not over here, but over to the next place with some anticipation as it's a long drive. Which is why we do need to hurry up, kind of. Actually, before we even get out of here, let me take a look at the map. See if I can plan out the best route possible. We need to get to the church, because we know that's where the meeting is happening at 1 p.m. Let's see. The church is up there, but I'm pretty sure there's no, like, you can kind of see a road here next to the gas station, but this road is closed right now. Meaning we have to go all the way up north. Yeah, I think the easiest way to get over there is going to be to just drive through the center of town, going north. And then just, you know, from that point on, there's pretty much only one way, but you do have to know, whoops, where we're going and not get stuck like that from crashing into crap. That will definitely be a boon in that regard, and we have to get there before 1 p.m. So, you know, something to be mindful about. Oh dear. And I don't know, this is one of those games that does kind of make me wonder how it would look in like a modernized version, kind of. I mean, it's got a very distinctive look, to be sure. I wouldn't really want that to be lost. Like, you can kind of tell that pretty much every part of this visually was done in a very deliberate way. But, I mean, it would be nice to be able to play this in a way that wouldn't break whatever hardware it's supposed to be running on, or come close to it. Alright, so now I'm pretty sure we have to go up here. Careful not to crash into stuff. Not really because it's something that'll penalize you, but just because it's annoying to have to get yourself unstuck from whatever it is you end up crashing into. I believe it's this way. Let me confirm it though. Yeah, but there's only one way. After we turn here, and there's a way that leads to the place we're supposed to go. And here we are. I guess I'm gonna leave my car over here and hope it doesn't get, like, blocked off by other cars that end up showing up. Because I'm pretty sure there's, well, there's a bunch of cars already here, but I think there may be more that are on the way, so let's head into the church. And maybe have a nice meet-up with the people that are already here anyway. Apparently we actually got here a little early. I'll pray for you, the answer to any problem lies in prayer. Gee, that's a nice sentiment. Oh, who is here? There's Dennis. Pretty much everyone showed up, even though there's people who haven't showed up yet. There is Dr. Gruber, whom we overheard in the dead girl's room earlier. Came to Kathy's room earlier with Morgan. Really want to know what exactly happened in that room. And Kathy kicked the bucket, well, you put it that way. Suddenly she started screaming and then she just died. But it's simply the cause of Kathy's death was shock. You know that she was attacked by an animal. I think that Kathy was horribly traumatized last night. And something triggered a memory of that trauma and the shot led to her death. What could that have been though? She was in a safe hospital room, doesn't add up. Well, that's a big question. Maybe a snowdrift fell off the roof just outside the window, maybe seeing Morgan's ugly mug scared her to death. Or maybe all of the above. The only people inside that room though were you, Morgan, Father Barton, and James. And the nurse. The head nurse. Don't recall her name, she's usually at the nurse's station. Well, that's nice. And he doesn't want to talk about that, but There we go. Oh, someone else just came in. It is... Oh, okay. It's Uncle Nuz, but he just teleported to the row in front of us. There's something more serious to be discussed than hunting bears. I'll tell you all about it later. Hadn't you better leave the church now? Well, someone else just came in, and... Unless, of course, this is the guy that came in. Need to leave Sarah alone, but I have that town council meeting now. Mayor has to be there. Some of the mayors come in, and the father is also here. What happened to Kathy was... This has been a very painful test of faith. Do it on her, raise her as my own. I think it's been 12 years since I adopted her. First time I saw her, I swore to give her a happy life. Now she's gone. The Lord will judge whether I succeeded. And Emma is still missing, but God works in mysterious ways. All I can do now is pray. But what on earth was she thinking when she went into that forest? Maybe I didn't truly know her at all. We got more people coming in, I'm pretty sure the clock is frozen when we're talking to people. We made arrangements. Her funeral will be held at the cemetery tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. Oh gee, that was quick. I'd like her to be laid to rest as soon as possible. So we have that to keep track of as well. And really bears roaming around at this time of year? They usually hibernate by now, but occasionally some fail to store enough food and must delay hibernating until they do. Those ones become agitated and dangerous. It's possible they'd attack a person. Bears don't see humans as a food source. All it did was wound Kathy. Emma was also attacked by the bear. I'm sure we would have found her nearby as well. And we're all cooperating with Morgan. Just gotta stand here, I guess. And the mayor... Is this the mayor? No, it's Robert, the gas station guy, who is Winona's father. It's Winona I'm worried about. She always puts up a tough front. But I guess... Winona mentioned he has a curfew, that's right. He's my kid. To a parent, your kids are always children, no matter their age. No matter how much they complain. Sorry, but I can't let you attend, they say, but... I guess we're gonna be just hanging out here until it's actually 1 PM. Coming to pray, please pray for my Emma too. I guess he doesn't really say anything more. Let's see. I think I pretty much talked to everyone here. Oh, and Morgan's here. She's just kind of disappearing because there's too much stuff going on in here. Did you talk to Cohen? Ask him about why he found Kathy. Or how he found Kathy. Doesn't think Kathy was alone that night, so maybe Emma was there too. Based on the fire, I guess, that he mentioned. It's possible that Emma and Kathy were there together, set a fire which attracted the bear. They'd attack them. Or it could be something completely different, except Emma wasn't found. Meetings about to start, sorry but no kids allowed. Well, what's gonna happen at this meeting? That makes you say, no kids allowed. I guess I can only render a few of these characters at a time. Now let's see, is there anything else? I think we're just gonna have to stall and we have to wait in here, actually, in this room until the time limits when we're allowed to be standing on. Yeah. Talk to Father Barton, Samuel, and Cohen while inside, which we've done. Talk to this man, who is repeating himself now. We have to find that bear. It's a terrible thing that's happened, yeah. So we've done that. Yeah. And now we're just gonna have to loiter until we get kicked out. Just need to make sure that we've talked to those characters at least, because they're the ones that actually say anything of import, I'm pretty sure. Alright. It sure is almost 1 PM. I'll have a quick drink as well. Meeting's about to start, alright. Could you step outside? Well, I was gonna say almost gonna have a quick drink, but then that actually happened, so... Now we have to be very naughty and eavesdrop on this meeting, so... Let's grab this box, place it right here, and... check out what they're saying. Oh, there we go. I guess we had to wait a couple of minutes for it to actually hit 1 PM. Quiet down, everybody. As you can see, it's very loud in here. Let's go to the chase. Are we talking about a murder here? It's a possibility. Here's Samuel Gruber, who we've already been talking to, but I guess it's his proper introduction. He treated Kathy when she was first brought in. Irreverent and cynical, his attitude has alienated many of the townspeople. Choke marks on her neck weren't the direct cause of her death. What was the cause, then? To put it simply, she died of shock. But why did it happen later? If you were gonna die of fear, wouldn't it be during the actual attack? She was gravely injured and hypothermic. Shock killed her due to her weakened state. That shock was caused by something that triggered a vivid flashback of the attack. What could that have been? That is gonna continue to be the big question. The bear attack. Can't be certain it was a bear. But the wounds were definitely caused by an animal. The main points here are that Kathy was attacked by an animal in the forest. Now Emma, the mayor's daughter, is missing. We've decided to search Barrow's forest and we're asking for volunteers to help. Any able-bodied men who are willing to meet up at the forest cabin at 3:30 this afternoon. Is the mayor going to add anything? Right now my daughter could be suffering somewhere. You know that Emma's alive. Apparently he can't keep himself together though. According to Dr. Gruber, we know Kathy was attacked by an animal, probably a bear. But as horrible as this is to say, we can't rule out foul play. To be blunt, a killer could be on the loose. Keep our kids inside after dark. So it could have just been a bear, or there could be some kind of evil going on. Choke marks on her neck. Oh yeah, that's something that wasn't actually mentioned openly before. We can't get a full replay of that, surely. No, we just get this. But anyway, that takes care of that. And we did gather a new bit of valuable information. I guess we can take a quick look at the notebook just to see what it looks like here. Well, when we're able to, that is. There's her notebook. And if we actually access this, you can see character profiles, I guess. Emma Roland, age 18, the one who's missing. He was a girl with a secret, darker side. The mayor, the mother. Her regret weighs heavily on her. And I guess for a bunch of these, the summaries of them are the same things that we saw during the little introductory text boxes. He's also Mel's father. There's Barbara, who's glitching out a little bit. The town eccentrically only thing she loves more than cigarettes is being cryptic, yeah. And Kathy Flannery, the dead girl. She lost her parents when she was young and was raised by Father Barton. She was seen as pious by those around her. And well, oh, we have a few phone numbers right now, actually. I thought we were gonna have only a couple. But there we go. And yep, here's all the cards that showed up. Oh, and there's even more that haven't rendered yet because well, this whole thing works. But the one that we need to render is, you know, I almost said the taxi, but probably because a lot of actual Volkswagens were used as taxis in like old days, kind of like the 90s, truly the olden days. Over here where I am, that's Let's see. No, it's just the Volkswagen, but let's wait for the menu to come up. I sure hope it hasn't just broken everything. Try to bring up the menu. Oh dear. It's kind of unfortunate. We do have a bit of an insurance to fall back onto, but it's just very unfortunate that if this is like gonna be something that I have to avoid. Well, we'll give it a minute, but if it doesn't, then I suppose we will have to fall back in insurance and treat insurance as a much more frequent thing that maybe I have to rely on. Is there no, I don't know. Way to do this easily without having to... I guess I'll find out. It does seem that maybe everything just broke. Alright, if it hits 10 p.m. o'clock in my time, which is in less than a minute, without this responding, I guess I'm just gonna have to fall back into that. I'll just take another quick drink in the meantime. This time I actually know I have enough time. And there we go. Oh, goodness. I guess something I could try for just a moment is like, I don't know, do this, then do that. It probably won't change anything, yeah. Unfortunately, but... things. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think much of what I can do here is like stuff that I should do. But yeah, right. Let's try to go back in time a little bit, just because we kind of have to. What the fuck? Talking about. Right. Dark armor is now disabled, by the way, but I don't think this has anything that actually matters for. I guess I might as well check that right now. Does this fucking game have retro achievements? Have they added that? I don't think so. I mean, I'm pretty sure that doesn't matter, because knowing how some of the later parts of the game go, there's some parts where I absolutely would not be able to make it through without save states. Might as well confirm it real quick. Yes, Mizzurna Falls does not have retro achievements, what a surprise. Alright, let's... We're gonna have to redo a bunch of stuff, I guess. That's unfortunate. We're at 11, blah blah blah, we're in the thing. Did we got the fucking notebook yet? We did get the notebook. So we're pretty much just back to what do we have to do next? We already dropped off, you know, and did that whole thing. We have to go to the high school and do that again. And then go to the church again, so it's not too much stuff at least. And we can, like, skip all the texts. That's fine. It is unfortunate that it has to be like this, though. Okay. What Helen? Welcome to very, deceptively genuine. With all the, pushing the console to the limit and breaking it on occasion, that comes with it. Very ambitious and bizarre PS1 game time. Alright, let's leave the car right there. Let's book it to the library building. Go through this whole thing. It's kind of ironic because just a little while ago when I was doing the drive to the church the first time, I was talking about just kind of wondering how this game would fare, you know, just with a better optimization of it, out of how kind of broken it is in its default iteration. Alright, so let's hear the thing from the receptionist. I don't know if you have to hear that to be able to find this book, but might as well play it safe. And here we go again. Nothing exists. Even if something did exist, it could not be understood. Even if it could be understood, that knowledge could not be communicated to others. Can check it again just because it technically gives us a different set of splash text surrounding that. And then we just leave. It's gonna leave the little step stool right there as well. Like, it doesn't even really matter all that much if I go fast. Because it doesn't really matter if I get to the church much earlier than like 1 PM as we saw. Just gonna mean that I have to wait a little bit longer once I'm actually there, but oh, that's what we're gonna be up to in just a moment here. As soon as I'm able to like leave this place. Alright, here we go. So before I even get in this car, one more time, well, after we load back into the outside area here. Let me try a couple of things to see if I can expedite the insurance generation. First, let me actually do it in a way that I'm sure will work, which is this way. So how can I do that without having to go into that thing, though? If I do this? No, that didn't work. Okay. Alright. That's interesting. I suppose I know now. Alright, let's get out of here. Try to remember what the good way is to get to the church. Also watch out for things that spawn in front of you just because of the nature of this whole thing. I mean, I'd like to, I did use a slightly different setup the one time that I played this game all the way through before. But I would like to imagine that I would be able to do it with the setup that I have right now. Just because it's turned out to be quite good. But I'm completely failing to come up with that. Setup is quite good. I want to say that there's... I don't remember if it ever hanged the way that it did in the old setup that I'm thinking of, though. But this one does feel, you know, a bit more genuine, I want to say. I just feel like this is probably how this would actually play on a certain other... context. On a certain other setup. This does feel like a very fitting approximation. Oh dear. Okay. So I guess we can use the extra time that we have to just leave the car here facing the way it's supposed to be facing, and oh, there's someone actually leaving the church right now. Maybe. Oh, this guy is just out for a stroll. Okay, I guess we got here a little bit early and got to see that guy, and he was immediately replaced by Dennis. But we got the church, pain in the ass. I guess what we can do is wait for some of the people to show up and see what different dialogue they have when they're walking from the car to the church. Let's go ahead and do another little bit of insurance while I'm here. I'm gonna have to do that very impulsively from here on out. After that little unfortunate incident. I don't know. I guess we'll wait for one more person to show up. And after that, we'll probably just abandon this whole idea. Is it really worth it? Just out here, completely freezing in my jeans and sneakers. Well, we're 20 minutes out from when the meeting is supposed to start. And not everyone has showed up. It would appear. I thought I just saw a little strange shadow. Yeah, what's up with that? Okay, here comes one more person, finally. What could it be? Oh, shit. Oh. And he blocked away. We're not even gonna be able to get that, are we? Now we are. Need to leave Sarah alone, but I have a time cancel meeting now. Okay, never mind. He also literally says the same thing that he says. Oh shit, Nos and Morgan are coming. Well, we can catch him inside the church, I guess. Didn't realize they would all come in at the same time. Did you talk to Cohen? Alright, so... apparently he doesn't even say anything different, and I guess Nos is just gonna... after the church, we're gonna start searching the forest. Okay, never mind. It does say something different only after you intercept him. But Nos apparently just completely teleports. You okay, Matthew? Let's put up a tough front. Oh god. A curfew. It's actually kind of difficult to even... okay. Wonder what will be discussed. Seems very important. I'm guessing that they're all gonna say like similar things to that, though, so it's not like super important. So we need to talk to Barton, we need to talk to Samuel, and this isn't even our only chance to talk to Samuel, I don't think. We'll talk to him at the hospital later and get the same check that we get from the dialogue we get from him here, but the other person we need to talk to here is Cohen, yeah. Talking about the bears. Let Morgan know right away. Hunting the bears, and I guess before we run out of time in here, let's talk to Samuel. And she just died. I'm a busy man just sitting here for an hour waiting for the meeting to start. And here's Dennis, Robert, and freaking pretty much everyone shut up except this. In this timeline, that's actually true. And this guy. I guess everyone over here we already talked to. And I guess, well, Morgan was hanging out by the door, but now he's actually teleported to the table here. But any moment now we're just gonna be kicked out. Have to find out where. Tell Morgan about it. Pay 2. And there we go. Meeting's about to start. So let's go ahead and set up our little spy proven super method. Carry boxes beautifully like in Mafia 1 or Mafia 2. Well, both Mafia 1 and Mafia 2 I guess have the box gag. The one in Mafia 2 is a parody of the one in Mafia 1. And yeah. The important bit of information to discover from here, as we saw in the previous timeline, is that forget about the bear attacks, the cause of death, but there is one bit of information that, yes, Morgan doesn't want all the people to hear. Doing the search party. Mayor breaks down. Horrible as it is to say, a killer could be on the loose. And I don't know if they actually said it, but the reason they believe that is because there's choke marks on her neck, yeah. I guess I wasn't paying attention. I thought they was gonna say it at the end. Only gonna say it at the end, but we can look again, but it doesn't result in much of anything except all the characters loading back in. Alright, so let's leave. Let's leave that up there. Kinda cut up to the previous timeline where we were in that. This time I guess I'm gonna check the map before I get in the car, if it'll let me. Oh, okay, also here's another dude who's just showing up to the church. Don't get in the way of my work. I'm apparently going to this also side area of the church. That's a little weird, but let's go to where the car is. Let's try to bring up the menu and hopefully not have that break everything this time. There we go. So next we have to go downtown again. There's the general store where we live, by the way. Oh, it's just a matter of pretty much taking the same route that we took to get here in the first place from the high school. Just retracing our steps there. See if I'm able to do that. And see if I'm able to get from point A to point B without everything in the universe breaking apart this time around. Really gonna have to be a lot more judicious with that sort of thing from here on. Yep. Can we go through the middle here? We sure can, but we can't slam into the ramp that leads down from here. Or slope, I guess. It's not really a ramp, because I guess the difference between a ramp and a slope is that a ramp is deliberately built, I guess. Maybe. I don't know if that's actually a distinction, but that's one that I would probably presume to be true. But now we're heading back downtown, as I said, which is where we will be in just a moment. We pass through these isolated cabin things that are north of the center of town. And it's 1:30 already. Ooh. But I think what we need to be waiting for right now is at 1:50 more or less. It's here in the diner. Place we will check out. Heinz or Heinz Diner, I don't know. It's not the most clear thing, but we're just we're automatically railroaded to sitting on this stool and to one of the best songs in this game. By the way, Lorraine Haynes, 20, waitress at the local diner. Straight shooters use blunt yet kind. Dating well, but they often fight. Oddly, this may be what makes them work. There's no further explanation for that. Heard Emma's gone missing. Did you know Kathy? The Jesus freak. She was always by herself. Found to be a connection between Kathy and Emma's disappearance. Were they friends? That's what I'm hoping to find out. As far as I know, they weren't. Could have been those two are pretty alike. Could never tell what either of them was thinking. Also, here comes this guy. It's hitting you. You look pissed. She's dating this dude who is 2 years her junior, oddly enough. Only child of Dennis, the town's most influential man, but he's a notorious delinquent. Quick to anger, he's a rebel without a cause or a brain. Finish up here and let's go drinking. Well, my dad's not here today, gotta take her to the place by myself. Wanna talk? Let's talk here. Well, got interrogated by that fat ass. He thinks I had something to do with Emma. Job of the sheriff. Well, so what if I was the last person to see Emma? Where did you see Emma? Well, apparently he doesn't just want to tell us. Saw Emma last night to want to know where she went afterwards. Her squeeze ran off, so what? Saw her for 2 seconds. Not on Coughlin Peaks, just where you come out of the tunnel. You said something about going to church. Already got interrogated once today, I'm not going through it a second time. Apparently, even though he saw her and apparently heard her speak. Not gonna share any more of that information with us right now. There's hell not staying here. In light of that. Aren't you two going out? Well, Mel's more of a diamond in the rough. And, well, might as well get some food. Over here. We can get a burger, omelette, all these stuff, and it literally doesn't matter what you order. I guess we can get grits. Cheesy grits. Literally doesn't matter what you order, because there is no money in this game. It's just for flavor. No pun intended. I guess we can afford $3.50. Maybe Emma was going to the church to see Kat. Both of them were probably together then. I wonder if there'll another protest at Western Farm today. Well, let's give it a break for that. Farm workers are protesting because Mr. Weston won't repair the company housing. Company housing is at the top of Coughlin Peaks. It makes sense that Mel would be out there so late. Apparently that's where he saw her. I think I've heard about this. Are all the houses like really run down? A bite to eat. I guess that's all the gossip that she's got. How about another? Well, it's... You also get $5 chicken, fried chicken. Take me a minute to fire up the deep fryer, but we're gonna do it. Yep, that really took a minute. This is a perfect snowy post-Christmas game, yeah. It would have ideally been a Christmas game, that's how I was planning to do it like about a year ago, but then unfortunate stuff happened, and right around Christmas time, this time around, unfortunate stuff also happened, so I guess we can just have everything on the menu for the hell of it. But hey, the fortunate part about that is that post-Christmas is still a lot of winter. You love your milk, Matthew. You already had coffee. Yes, we're gonna drink coffee and milk and everything here, just as a separate thing. And don't make it like an old Flash game where it probably would just end up with you puking. Hope you like our special super sweet syrup. Well, apparently I don't like it enough to get a second helping, but I will get one helping of everything in here, like an omelette. You like your eggs a little runny, right? Well, that sounds weird actually, but... let's end with a burger, I guess. Perfect thing to eat last out of all the things on this menu will be a cheeseburger. Now the joke box has run out, I guess. I just sit here in silence. Alright, and it's not completely obvious that you have to like hold the direction and then hit square to actually be able to get out of that stool. I don't remember if there's anything else we can do in here. Get food? Nah. Let's head over to the next place. Actually, hold on a moment. There might be one thing that I just didn't note. Here. Goodness. So even though we're already going through the loading screen to go back outside, we're gonna go back inside as well. Behind Blood Diner. And thing of insurance here. Because I think these people over in this table are like, I believe that president, ignoring our request for refurbishments, are like the people who are currently doing the protest on the farm. Now apparently he's not gonna say anything else right now. Babies in this town love meetings, but apparently I doesn't care. So hungry, should probably order something apparently. All the food in here comes out really quickly. Right, never mind, I thought maybe we could get something from the dudes at that table, but I guess not yet. Where is the car? Where did I leave the car? Here's the car. So now we are going to a different place. I'm actually kind of scared to hit triangle here because this is like a very intensive area, so I thought that we might be in danger of just hanging again, but I guess not this time. So where are we going? We are going to the forest. Meaning we're gonna have to go to this way, I think. So, run that risk again. I think it was just really unfortunate how it did freeze at one time, but... okay, go this way, cross the bridge, then go left, then go across. Let's see if I can remember that route. And we'll end up in the forest, which is like the top left part of the map. I do like how we can drive through some stuff that's not as important. And yeah, we're gonna have to get a refill of our, what's it called, our gas at some point, but I'm pretty sure there will be a more optimal moment for that. So this is like an area right before the forest. Very well. Just a clearing there for some reason, but the actual entrance is here. Well, let's check it out. This guy's just guarding the place. How'd you heard forest off limits? There's a wild bear in there. Why'd Morgan stick me with this dumb job? And I thought Morgan was supposed to be here too, but I do not see him right now. Maybe he hasn't shown up yet. Well, maybe we'll just count myself out right here and see if he shows up, because he's supposed to show up from 220 to 250 more or less, I think. I'll just give it a second. Yep, here comes his car gliding through the space outside the world. Here he comes facing through his own car, and here we are waiting for him, because I'm pretty sure these yellow gates are like the area boundary. Hey, what's up? Hey Morgan, I'm right here. I ran into Mel, he was complaining about you, said you treated him like a criminal. You'll see this morning wasn't our first meeting. Emma said that she was going to the church. Emma and Kathy were together last night, probably. Do you think Mel was with them too? I wonder. He's definitely hiding something. Does he have an alibi for last night? He says he was at the bar. Club Wolves. I was very reluctant to admit he was there, even if his fear depended on it, so I don't think he's lying. And for now the alibi holds up, so we believe that. What's this about choke marks and Kathy's neck, by the way? That's what you meant by strange earlier. Well, I guess he's not gonna deny it at this point. A murderer on the loose? We don't know yet, but according to Dr. Gruber, the choking couldn't have directly led to her death. But she definitely did have bruising on her neck. I don't have any proof this was an attempted murder, so we're not gonna just openly divulge that. So the townsfolk are gonna search the whole forest. If it was really a bear that mauled Kathy, then we need to take care of the problem. And maybe we'll get a follow-up on that soon enough, but... let's see if we can watch him get to the point where he doesn't walk anymore. There we go. Forest is off limits. Are you searching it now? Yeah, right now. Bear might be around. I can't let a kid endanger himself like that. How do you feel about leaving this to us? And there you go. Yeah, this dude will not let us through. But now that we've got ahead and had that extra chat with Morgan after the extra information that we've learned. Let's head back out here. Let's do this one more time. Get back in the car. It should be fine, hopefully, to check the map now. Where are we going? We're going to the Aston Farm, I believe, which is also near Mel's house, because that's pretty much right where they are. It's just a matter of driving down the road here, and we'll run into the place we're supposed to turn eventually. Oh dear. And this is, yeah, what you can hope doesn't happen when you're driving around, but at least it's not too crazy to get out of it when it does happen. And sure enough, here we are. Well, let's leave the car here before we run into something that pops up in front of us. Let's see what these people have to say. We have to rebuild our housing. He's not listening to us at all. He's giving us the runaround. You can keep treating us like dirt. We demand repairs. Why do you want to listen to a word we say? I had no idea he was so cold-hearted. The hell is really in that bad of a shape? We have no running water half the time and the power goes out almost every day. Which does seem very irritating. This is over 30 years old, it needs to be rebuilt from scratch. Usual maintenance won't cut it anymore. And well, here he comes. Wonder what he's gonna say to that. There's Aston 57, I guess. I already saw his profile in the notebook, I think. As the farm is the backbone of the local economy, he is the most powerful man in town. He's also the father of Matthew's classmate, Mel. Oh, he's shelling out to fix that place. The place needs to be rebuilt from the ground up. Building on that land is too complicated. The time we have no lights at night and there's a killer on the loose now. Boy, it's no place for people to live. I'll consider it now, please leave. Yeah, that's totally gonna be an effective and convincing argument. Well, apparently it is because they left. Well, let's bother him some more, why don't we? Definitely showed that he was willing to talk to people right now. Smell home? I don't know where he is. His room's around the side. Look for him yourself. Oh gee, that was... Is he fixing the company housing, I hope? Got him, but... I guess that's all he has to say right now. And when we walk away, just get back in. And we did hear that Mel's room was around the side, so let's go right down here into this place. And snoop about. Apparently this place is just left unlocked, which seems like a really smart thing to do for someone who's apparently been, you know, rung out by the police before. Cannot examine anything except a walk-in closet. Pretty spacious. I don't know if I would call this spacious, but what is this here? 9 PM motel. Better smell need a room at the motel. Well, who knows, but phone. And right at the same time, a motorcycle. So here comes the actual owner of this place, so let's hide in the only place we can think of to. Don't know how we have this clear of a view to what's going on outside our hiding place, but I guess he just left the bike running as well. That seems inefficient. Oops, except now it's off. I know, I've dealt with the Emma problem, and I've got it with me, so stop worrying about it. 9 PM tomorrow. Heard you the first time. I'll meet you at the cemetery then. There's an event tomorrow at 9 PM at the cemetery. Wonder what's up with that. Whiny prick. How did you know it is coming right this way, except... No, Dennis is calling him. How convenient. And off he goes. Conveniently paving the way for us to be able to escape unseen. As we are regaled by the suspense theme of Mizzurna Falls. I guess the time is frozen as long as we stay in this room, so we can listen to the loop, which I believe just happened, so let's go and leave this place. And I think we actually don't have much to do for a while now, so let's continue to create insurance. I have not ceased to do that from here on out, and see if we can get back to the downtown area quick enough to do a thing. Namely, make the first actual hard save. Let's see. Now would be a convenient time to do that. As I may or may not have said, my short-term memory is atrocious, but I'm also basing that on literally one of the comments I wrote for myself on the walkthrough here, so... So I assume that, past me knows what he was talking about. Where is the place? This is our place, okay. So let's head in here. Let's pet the doggo, always an important thing to do, and... let's actually have a 1 hour nap. We can... go ahead and save the data. File A, there's only 3 files, isn't there? Save the file A. Or write file A, I don't think there was anything in file A, but yeah, let's use slot 1. I think there's anything in any of the files, as we saw when we to load from the title screen. There literally was no data to load anywhere. And then we've gone ahead and done that. Let's get back to it, because predictably enough there's another event that we can witness. I think it's actually technically optional, but so I'll go for it. Well, I suppose we'll see. Alright, let's run the gamble of opening up the menu here in the center of town. There we go. And let's head left of where we are right now. As we know now, I guess, about this place up here, which is the company housing, the place that's apparently really shitty and breaking down. And yet the dude won't fix it. I wonder if there could be any reason for that. Maybe if we go and, take a look oh dear. Okay, this is unfortunate. So yeah, this, I don't think I've seen this happen before, but... certainly hope I didn't end up causing an unfortunate breakage here. Complete and total, but... if we're completely, off the world now, then we may have a problem. To see the thing that we are coming up here to see in the first place. Yeah. Okay, let's try something stupid. What happens if we try to leave the car? Okay, this is probably a bad idea. What happens if I try to just, drive through everything and get back to the world? Planet. I really don't know what caused this, but... there's the moon, by the way. Yeah, I don't know, this is weird. I have no idea how I never saw this before. Oh, okay, we're back in the world. I think, kind of, sort of. Maybe, possibly we're like into some kind of approximation of the world, but we might actually be in trouble if we're not. And I'll tell you something fortunate. We've been in saving state. That's what's fortunate. But we're here. You know what? Hold on. Let me try something. Actually, let's just reset the system and see if... Well, hardcore mode is now enabled. That's not gonna last for very long, I can tell you, but... Maybe we'll be able to catch up a little bit faster if we reload from that memory card save that we technically did. Oh dear. Well, if not, then we always have that freaking... what's it called? Yeah, file A. Okay, maybe this will work out. That's right, we've gone to bed, we've woken back up, and now we are back in the groove, maybe. If you will, pardon the expression. Back in the swing of things, back in the point where I will try to make one more extra safe. Maybe we need to pet the dog one more time for good luck. That would make a very high amount of sense. Alright, let's see. Let's try that one more time and let's see if we actually succeed this time. I guess I'll try a different route. Maybe that will help. Instead of the way that we took before, which is the same path that we used the first time when we went up to the mountain, we'll take this road first, which is the one that goes by the bar that everyone keeps talking about. Goodness. We'll head up here, way up here. And yeah, this time we don't seem to be leaving the world. So I do believe we probably will be able to get to the place I'm actually trying to get to. Which I'm pretty sure I've already shown what it was in the previous timeline, but couldn't show it fully because, you know, I think you know why. We're going this way, so yeah, the road up to the church is a little bit longer, but you can also head over here and witness something a little weird, namely that these two vehicles are here, and their owners are also hanging out here and there. Oh, there's one of them now. Hey, look at that, Dennis came all the way over here. What do you expect to get out of loitering here? You're in my way. But you can just... I don't think there's any point to this, like I said, though. You can just come over here and witness that he's just hanging around here. And I believe so is Mel, that's why his motorcycle is here. Just need to figure out where he's actually lurking. There he is. What are you doing here? None of your damn business. Looks like your dad can't decide whether to repair this place. Never mind, I don't care. I do not care so much that I'm not even gonna try to tell you to leave. And that's pretty much it, so yeah, that's that. can tell that they're kind of up to something, and apparently they're at least jointly up to something that time. But now we're gonna leave this place. And as a matter of fact, I believe now we are headed back to the place we just came from, but at least now we have this extra bit of information to chew on, I guess. So we try to figure out this bizarre mystery of what exactly is going on and what are people hiding? What is the deal? Alright, this time I will try to take the same route as I did before, and hopefully I think I just saw my car just kind of skid a little, so hopefully that's not a bad sign. But I'll try to take this road again and hope that we don't end up just driving off the world like in that previous timeline. And against what you would probably consider better judgment, we are actually going to hang out right out here outside this place. Just kind of hang around. Make a little bit of extra insurance. Let me check one thing, I guess, actually, maybe. Instead of just... yeah, actually, maybe instead of just standing around, we can actually head over here to the gas station and get a refill. Probably gonna get another one later on, regardless, but might as well use this little bit of extra time that we've got on our hands right now to do that. We have to, you know, actually line up here. And we can get service. The MF gas station. And because we have infinite money, we don't even have to worry about that. And there we go. That's pretty much all you have to do whenever you're like running low on gas. And I think if you manage to somehow plan so poorly that you run out of gas in a really remote location, you can call the friggin' garage phone number that you find really early on to like have your car brought somewhere. But anyway, as you can see now that it's gotten a little bit later and Nos is standing around out here. There really was a bear in the forest. We found some huge paw prints. Can't wait for tomorrow. Boy. Gonna do another search, but Cohen suggested we go in with fewer people this time. Says it's best to use a small team when tracking a bear. Going in at 7 AM sharp, meeting up at the forest entrance. Take me along. Wish I could, kiddo, but Morgan would wring my neck. So we know about that, but apparently he doesn't want to take us along because of what Morgan says. Oh well. So we're... I guess that's pretty much how we learn about the fact that something is going to be going on tomorrow at 7 AM. And we can have another chat with Lorraine, I believe, at this point. Oh, more like just come here, because I guess she isn't just immediately here. So the farm workers were just here. Talking about the repairs, should have heard him. They were going on and on about Mr. Aston. It's true the place is worn down, though. He really should just rebuild it. Now that we've gone and looked at that. They'll say there's some reason why they can't. He didn't say, but it doesn't seem to be about money. Don't get me started about Mel, he's such a jerk. He's such a killjoy today, all he does is bitch and moan. Being questioned by Morgan probably set him off, though. And we can eat something as well, I guess might as well. Let's get another burger. It'll be like our go-to from here on, I guess, whenever we have to drop by. Alright, well, that was a nice, pleasant chat, but, well, we saw the same people that we saw at the protest earlier at Town Farm. Mr. Aston is being a real ass. That seems like an apropos name for him, then. Won't go down quietly. I'm gonna bombard him with phone calls in protest. What's his number again? It's square, circle, triangle, triangle. Now we'll let our voices be heard. Don't give him a moment's peace. Operational Kyle Deluge in progress. Join us. His residence number is that. Pretend to listen to our demands at all. This time we gotta make him listen. Well, I guess we can join in with this and this reverse of crew. Rip the system and all that. Oh, you want the boss? He's gone to the housing on the hill. The workers were very noisy yesterday. I'm afraid I'm not sure when he'll return. Alright, well, there you go. And within a log we should have that registered in the notebook now. Yep, that is his house. I believe you do get told that, it's a little bit inconsistent, but I believe you do get told at the beginning that you do need to, when you get the notebook, you need to actually ring the number to get it to register in the notebook cut. Like, sometimes you don't. We haven't called the auto garage yet, and yet that number showed up immediately after we got the flyer, but... Alright, so let's get back in the car, which is not here, it's actually right here. And over to our next task of the day, which we'll have to do at the hospital, which is... Right, we're pointed in the right direction at least. After we cross the bridge we go right and follow the fork left. A little bit more of that space-time warping in the car now after that little incident with us leaving the planet, but hopefully not too much so in the long run. Well, here we are again. There's a few people here, apparently. What's up with you? What do I ask you about the bruising on Kathy's neck? Oh, that's the guy that we actually came here to talk to. It's hard to recognize from, you know, that angle, and now we're just being completely... The screen is covered up by this foreground thing. Bruising on Kathy's neck, like she'd been choked. That wasn't the cause of death, you know. But it's just foul play. Someone tried to kill Kathy that night. Morgan doesn't seem to be taking that theory very seriously. This is a small rural town. I kind of think it's unthinkable here. Or so Morgan would say. Someone definitely choked Kathy. Leaves. You need to determine what time the choking occurred. Within 24 hours of the time she was discovered. I can't say for sure exactly when. Someone wrung her neck good. Shouldn't that be wrong? But you, well, be a man. The top is from the size and shape of the bruising, so you can tell the attacker's sex from the bruising, but not when they happened, or when it happened. It's my intuition, but I'm right. I'm at the top of my field, don't second guess me. Kathy was probably fooling around with a guy, lit a nice romantic campfire, and things went south. Maybe he tried to fill her up, or he started getting rough. He tells him to stop, he gets mad and chokes her, and then by coincidence a bear attacks. The bear runs away, and Kathy was left to fend for herself, simple as that. She seemed the kind of girl to fool around at night. I've never heard that one before. Everyone thinks their child is a perfect little angel until they OD on heroin and wind up in a body bag. Did you even know this girl? Well, and he just doesn't have a response for that. But the hospital director's always a lot. If you need me, try checking there. Oh, you're here right now, so I guess I don't need that. And I guess that's all he has to say, really, right now. Well, there is somebody else that we did, in fact, meet up with during the prologue sequence that we're gonna drop in on one more time. And here he is. About Kathy's cause of death. Well, that's a very sudden conversation opener, wasn't it, Shock? Usually it was, but I have doubts. It's not all that preposterous. Do you have memories that trigger a visceral reaction, something vivid that stuck with you for years? But like you just said, they have to be triggered. Kathy was mauled by a bear. What in that hospital room could have reminded her of that? Or of anything of that significance, for that matter. Well, something strong enough to induce trauma. But what? What exactly? Well, only Kathy knows. That's all he has to say about that. Are you busy right now? You want to ask me something about Emma? Nothing exists. Even if something did exist, it could not be understood. Even if it could be understood, that knowledge could not be communicated to others. This was written in a book I think Emma was reading. That's a quote from Gorgias, an ancient philosopher. I think it expresses Emma's mental state quite well. It was like being all alone, trapped in your own world, unable to escape. There was a side of Emma you never knew, but then again I think Emma's taken a step into territory I doubt most people could understand. Ever been to the bar? Boy. Didn't stop Emma from going. Wolves is where I met Emma in the first place. It seems she caused some trouble there. She's earned quite a reputation for herself. Only knew one side of her. Might see the other side if you go to the bar, even though she's clearly not gonna be there herself. But apparently we're gonna be encouraged to do that anyway, to investigate. Barbara seems to have a bit of time on her hands. Why don't you go and keep her company? I guess now he's gotten tired of talking to us and he's just like, go away. And we were told earlier, when we were talking to Samuel at the church, apparently one person that we didn't know about, or that we haven't talked to yet, that was also in the room when Kathy died, was the head nurse, whom we instinctively know for no particular reason is up here in the nurse's station. That's me. You're the one in the room with Kathy. Robert said that Kathy died of shock caused by some sudden trigger. Trigger of a traumatic memory. Could be true. Any idea what it could have been? Happened right when Father Barton entered. Leaned into Kathy and said, "Your father is here to see you." And then Kathy's eyes rolled toward him, and I thought that would lift her spirits, but just when I started to relax, Kathy screamed. I wonder if seeing him was too much of a relief for her, and you know the rest, so... Apparently that's quite suspicious. It's in the morgue, the body in the basement. Still need to finish her autopsy, so she'll be there until her funeral. Well, apparently we're asking when the funeral is, even though we heard about that already from the adoptive father. He's also the father in the priestly sense. It's apparently at 9:30 tomorrow. Well, let's see. Now that we've done that, we were told to go talk to Barbara, so we also instinctively know this is her room. What are you doing here? Girl can't visit her sick granny? Well. And apparently Liz is Barbara's granddaughter. In the same class as Emma, which does raise a few questions as to how young the mother would be, whoever the middle link between them is, generationally. Emma used to keep her company. Wouldn't you know it? Life is unpredictable. Did Emma visit often? She loved hearing Granny's stories about the town's old days, ones you can't tell in polite company. And apparently it's for real. Come visit me and maybe I'll share them. But be sure to bring... not booze, but cigarettes, I guess. Tobacco. We brought what I asked for, but nope, we don't have that right now. You know what kind of girl Kathy was? Don't really know. She didn't seem like a very cheerful girl. She was introverted and didn't have many friends. She and Emma were alike. Maybe this isn't appropriate for a teacher to say, but they were impossible to read. That's what a bunch of people have been saying already. So anyone who knew Kathy well, her homeroom teacher might know more. Weren't you the homeroom teacher? Well, apparently it's Holly who's in the main office after 2 p.m. Usually. He mouths off at everyone to hide how shy he really is. Yes, that's all we have to hear from these two, right? So off we go. Let me see. Let's get out of here. Ooh, I can also take the elevator, but it's just easier to take the stairs regardless. So let's leave this place. This place, give it a moment, and are now in the nighttime stage of this whole thing, I guess. Let's get in the car, or try to get in the car anyway. Let's do a bit of a flirting with danger face as we bring up the map. Leave this place, go to the right, cross the bridge, and then after the bridge go right, and then turn. Better drop in at the police station one more time. I guess we just kind of figured that we maybe have a few more things to talk about now. And here we are. Just leave the car right here. And we have to go to, go around this blockade. Hey, here's Steve. Except we can't talk to him, I guess. He just is running away from us. Reunite and they... Okay, Steve will help us find them. Well, it could just be seen as a nice sentiment, I guess. And let's see who we have to talk to here. Hey, Barton. Are Kathy and Emma close? Well, no, Kathy was introverted and didn't have many friends. We just heard this. Emma was headed to the church yesterday, so we heard, around 10 p.m. None of my parishioners come to church that late. She might have come to see Kathy. Maybe after that they went off to the forest together. I quite believe it. Kathy knew she was not allowed out after dark. Must have snuck out without my knowledge. That's all we have to say about that, I guess. Ooh. Okay, we're trying to just get past him now. We can also do a few things. Did you finish up the sweep of the forest? Got done around 4:30, so did I find them? No. Well, I guess we would have heard about it by now. They did confirm the presence of the bear who probably attacked Kathy. Sheriff believes taking care of the bear is very important. If you want to know about the sweep, you should ask the sheriff. You might even know something new about him, huh? And we can actually, I believe, if we go to the menu and go into our pouch thing. If we show her the note. Rubber paper. Out in Mel's room, reads 9 p.m. motel. If we hand that over to her. What's this? 9 p.m. motel. Are you propositioning me? Nope, apparently you misread that. Maybe young and pretty, but I'm a married woman. And that's all that comes of that. Well, let's actually go and talk to the sheriff again. Maybe he'll know something else that's useful. Is there anything here that will give me clues about Emma? Oh, Mark knows I'm here, though she's probably leaving anything right now, because we're examining the desk for some reason instead of talking to him. And now Morgan backs up into the desk itself. I told my uncle that you're going back into the forest tomorrow morning. That was supposed to be a secret, wouldn't you know it? We'll be carrying guns. Know how to use a gun. My uncle taught me because of course he did. Even if you know how to use a gun, we're talking about a ferocious bear here. Just because Nos taught you how to pull the trigger doesn't make you a big game hunter. You have to sort this bear issue out first. I guess that's all he has to say. But after that, just kind of a chain of optional information that we're learning just by getting all these throwaway bits of dialogue that aren't actually vital, but I mean, they do help you figure out certain things, such as, you know, when certain events are happening, like the bear hunt. I don't think there's anybody else here right now, though, so let's just leave. So let's get back in the car. Heads back into the world. And do the usual, which is, you know, getting some insurance. And then getting out the map and heading back to Cohen's Lodge, I believe is where we want to go. Without running into the corner here. That would be ideal. And the lodge should be right here. There we go. Hey, what's up? There really was a bear in the forest. We're gonna hunt it down tomorrow at 7 AM. Not just really eager to come. I guess that's all he has to say about that. We can wait just one more minute to make sure he's not gonna say anything different, but yeah, that's it. Okay. Yeah, aren't you glad that I made you come out here, just to tell me that? So let's get out of here. Actually gonna have a little bit of a free time, I guess. Ooh. Let me see. We are past the bridge. If we cross the bridge and go north, I think that's where the gas station is. We actually have a little bit of time to kill here because the next thing we gotta do is at 8 PM. No, I think it's actually on the other side of... yeah, I think it's east of the town center. Let's go through the town center and... it was a little bit, you know, beyond 8 PM then... Oh shit. Okay, this is unfortunate. I was definitely hoping we wouldn't end up running into something like this, but... only so much you can do to prevent that. Let's try that again. Didn't like pay attention for a moment, or I probably would have noticed that. Yeah, no, this road seems to be broken. It's like Silent Hill. Let's try to go a different direction. Let's see if that's if we're more fortunate that way, or if it's gonna be the same deal elsewhere. I think it's gonna be the same deal elsewhere. That's very unfortunate. Let me try just going to a different area, I guess, and then leaving. In we go. Gee, I sure hope that isn't gonna make the game hang or anything. Might. It just might. try this one more time, maybe. Yeah, I think... I think we found at least 2 things that justify the... Okay, let's try that again. Let's just go back in time. Yes, I don't care. We're going out of hardcore mode. Oh well. We were at the police station. We went in fucking Cohen's place after that. I guess we're gonna do that again. And hopefully after we leave Cohen's place and try to go across town to the bar and the gas station. I'm pretty sure those are both in the same direction. They're to the east. Let's talk to this guy again. We're gonna make a new thing of insurance after we leave this place. Gonna hunt the bear down tomorrow, and yeah, bye-bye. At 7 AM. Should hopefully be able to see before too long, but... First we need to escape these world-breaking... you know, bizarre anomalies, singularities that just keep occurring. I'm gonna try the same route that I did before one more time and see if we have any more luck this time. Will I be able to get to the other side of the town square this time? Or will the world fall away like in Centralia and or Silent Hill? Ooh, well, the car just disappeared, so hopefully that's not a bad sign. Oh, it seemed to be having a little bit better luck this time. Actually, I'm pretty sure that if we go past that point and if we go down here, we can make it to the gas station. And there we go. Can top up on gas one more time. It's like, I don't know, repairing something in Deep Rock Galactic or... Better do it as soon as you can to be efficient. You don't have to wait until you're like really in a bad situation to actually do it. And there we go. And now we, I think, head just north of here and we have like half an hour to wait. We'll have an hour in game, which is not that much in real time to wait until the bar is available. There are a bunch of people showing up anyway, but for some reason we're not allowed to actually go in there. Okay, I think that's James actually, yeah. Went to the bar to get my drink on. Alcohol, the last refuge of good men. And well, the bar is right here, but I don't think we can go in yet here. Yeah, it's locked. But he's able to go in just fine, so... There we go, figure. It's favoritism. Favoritism on the part of the door. There's also like a back door over here, but I don't think we can ever do anything with this. We can just like... quietly acknowledge its existence. We can surround the bar, or try to, I don't know, apparently there's like a wall here that allows us to go that far behind the bar. We can witness more people arriving at some point, I'm sure. Well, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's really that much more room for people to show up and park their cars. So maybe not quite. Oh, and the music's back. I'm pretty sure there does come a point where it gets so late that there's just like no music until it's morning again. But until then, we do have some more of this music to regale us, so we got just 10 more minutes left to wait. Oh, I was gonna say, is this guy gonna stop here and go into the bar? No, he's just passing through. Got weird pathing, that's all. So yeah, let's just be discriminated against because of our underagedness. Or to just stand around out here in the freezing cold. While everyone else who has shown up can just walk into the bar early. I mean, surely you don't have to wait until 8 PM to open your fucking bar. That seems like a poor business strategy. Alright, there we go. Hope someone else did show up maybe, but it's too late to figure out what that was just by watching. And hey, James, who we literally saw before he went in, like half an hour ago, immediately calls us over to see what's going on. I like this song too, by the way. Hello, Detective, how goes the investigation? I'm quite impressed with what you've found so far. Sure you know more about what's going on than I do. Why aren't you sitting at the bar, by the way? Don't much like Wolf, the owner, so I prefer to keep my distance. He knows everything about the town's nightlife, but he knows me already. That's where you come in. Maybe a fresh face can get some info out of him. Oh, I wonder. Oh, there he is with his droopy cigarette in his portrait. Doesn't care that we're clearly a kid. Want the hard stuff, right? Maybe a nice bourbon. That's a cool opener. Owner of Club Wolves, knows everything about the bar's regulars and an expert on the town's nightlife. When you're here, so I'll explain this real simple. You sit at the bar, you gotta order a drink. And a glass of milk. Well, whatever. I finished really use the exact same gag in Shenmue 1. There's one part. Early on in that game, Mario can walk into a bar and it's like, well, the bar owner is like, here, milk, this is fitting for you. Tell the house, drink that and get lost. Well, do you know Emma Rowland? You do know her. She comes here often? Well, apparently not that often recently, eh? Pretty girl in a dive like this turned more than a few heads. Once this guy was being real persistent, so Emma stabbed him in the thigh with a fork. Of course, the guy was in the wrong, so nothing came of it. Except that he got stabbed. After that, everyone started to think of her as this crazy girl. And apparently she always came alone, except one time she did bring another girl with her. Why are you so curious about this? Well, apparently he's not gonna spill about that. Maybe it was Kathy, who knows? So we can order some stuff here, or just talk to him some more. We don't serve alcohol to minors, it ain't worth the hassle. We're looking for Emma, get a lot of customers here. Emma was a troublemaker, she stabbed a guy who was hitting on her. Yeah, we've heard this already. Well, what can we order? Chips, coffee, milk, or beer, which apparently is less expensive than coffee, but no, we can't actually get beer. We can get everything else though. Best with booze, not well, you recall. I don't know about that. Well, hey, here comes Mel. Apparently him showing up was what caused the music to stop this time. Let's also get some coffee. I want something with a little more kick. Well, I'll get something with a little more kick next, which is the milk again. Might as well. Oh, whatever you say, kid. I mean, it's nice that they have that available, I guess. Sure is convenient. I don't know what kind of milk it is that's brown like the coffee, but chocolate milk. Well, that was enlightening. So now that we've done that, check out that Corolado neon thing, by the way, and Discovery thing. I'm pretty sure that stuff is also over here. Yeah, on this wall, Corolado and Discovery. So let me see. Oh, here comes another guy. picked up one of those maps from the sheriff's apartment's floor. From the floor. He's got to town and I don't know where anything is. I guess that's supposed to be maybe a hint if you're like replaying the game a bunch of times. Maps that are known for being on the floor though. I still like you came to this bar. It's like you come here a lot, should you be drinking? I'll be drinking milk here. Well, makes two of us, I guess. Ah, shit. So, who knows where she went? And here comes Bonehead, though. You look like you're celebrating something. Remember this, man always keeps his promises. If you can't even do that, what good are you? I wonder Emma ran off. Oh boy. Now what I think she's hiding somewhere just to get away from you, you stalker. Oh boy. We're just gonna politely cut in. I brought Emma here plenty of times. Trying to win her over. You couldn't help yourself, could you? It always ended in a shouting match. Escape your end of the deal. Let's have a see. Well, apparently we are gonna try to grill him some more. Whatever's between me and Emma's none of your business, though, he says. Oh boy. And I don't know if it really matters what you choose here, but I guess we can try to just badmouth him some more. On home. Oh shit. No, apparently he was the one who initiated, even if we weren't the ones to choose violence. Apparently peace was never an option. Very very uneasy peace, but peace nonetheless was not gonna happen. And also, you know, this whole thing. If I remember though, this stupid little low kick that you can do is like one of the best things you can do to try to choose these fights, because these fights are not great, as you might imagine. Kind of like in Shenmue, it's like the low point of the game, if you ask me. Both that and this. And yet, unfortunately, there's quite a few of them that are, you know, required, as you might imagine. Ah, shit. Oh, and we have to win. Like right here, you're straight up not allowed to continue unless you beat this guy up. Ooh, okay. Combo there, kind of. Stupid. Now this has to work, but this is one of the more inoffensive fights, I will say. Does get considerably not great later on. Oof. But I want to see if I can at least cheese this one without having to resort to save states, because I will absolutely have to resort to save states for some of the later ones. I'm telling you that right now. I don't know how he does that fucking roundhouse kick, but apparently it's not happening. I don't even think we can like block or anything, so that doesn't help. Doesn't seem like L and R do anything. I mean, he can't apparently dodge. I wonder how he does it, because I sure don't think I can dodge. Can only go so far back, though, I'm pretty sure, so. Glad they at least got these sound effects to keep us company during the whole thing. There we go. This unnecessary sequence. Shit, I don't got time to play with you. And that time I got my ass kicked anyway. I got nothing to say to you, and there he goes. Oh gee, that was fulfilling. Let me see. We can... I don't really have much left to do anyway. At this point for the first day, so we can go back and take a nap and do another save. But, you know what, as long as we're here. Just gonna use up a little bit of extra time, but... and loading time as well, but doesn't matter. We can manage that. Hey, we can try to talk to James, maybe, if he'll actually let us do that first time in the bar. No, never mind, he doesn't see anything important. I sure do wonder if any of the other people here will have anything to say to us, or not. Probably not. So I guess nobody cared that we just had a fight in the bar like that. Like even James was just watching. What a lovely bar. There aren't any bars like this anymore in my hometown. This place has a slightly creepy feel, though. I don't know, I'd say that it's interesting flooring for it to look like that, but... Wonder if this guy will have anything more to say. You seem lively tonight. Did Mel and Emma often argue? You know what about? Yeah, I guess so, after that fight. Emma always knew how to push his buttons. She was the one egging Mel on, but... since Emma went missing, Mel's been even angrier. And that's apparently all we've got to say about that, so let's get out of here. That was very enlightening. And go through another one of these lovely loading screens. And go through another insurance, because if there's one thing that I definitely don't want to redo, it's that fight, or any of the fights in this, honestly. I don't think there's very many more fights, or just very many fights at all, that I would say are reasonably beatable in this game. Well, it says that that was one of them, and yet I failed it twice. So let's just head back here and advance time a little bit by saving again. And, you know, hopefully not breaking everything by having the... oh yeah, fucking Morgan is just hanging around here for some reason. What are you doing here? There's no link between Emma and Kathy, and why would Emma go missing? Why did Emma go missing? Well, I don't know, why are you literally standing outside my shed? Thinking to yourself, is that like Mike Dawson going to the bathroom to think? Seems like it probably would be something like that. Yeah, let's have a 1 hour map and save over the thing. In file A. In slot 1. And there we go. And now we just kind of goof off, just hang around, not doing much of anything ourselves. It's almost 10 PM, but I don't think the music stops outside. Well, apparently the music has stopped outside. Okay, Morgan's gone. I don't know what he was doing. We just kind of goof off for a while. I would rather not go out to the town center area, just because of how much more intensive that is. And the risk of that intensiveness glitching out everything as it has quite a few times already. I'll just hang around. We just kind of have to hang around with the doggo for a while. Doesn't this doggo have like a doghouse or something? But he doesn't have to like stand around here in the snow at night. Surely Matthew lets him inside. That has to be the case. Ooh, we can watch some of the cars go by in the black void. That is currently the iteration that the town square has. Let me check one thing, I guess. I'll change. I'm having this little bit of downtime. If I do this, actually. Just for a few moments, but yeah, surely this will work. We're waiting for 10:05, by the way. Something is supposed to happen at that point. And I don't believe I have much more to... Oops. Look at outside of that, but... I don't know, something is happening here in the... Well, here in something that... You have no idea what it is at all. But something is happening with something that I'm trying to... do in the background, and I don't know why it's not working properly, but well. Maybe now it will after a slight change that I just made. Yeah, maybe it will. I'm doing Dark Visitry, don't worry about it, but anyway. The downtime will be ending in just a moment here. It's almost 10:05. It's actually 11:33 in real life for me, but you know. Oh, here we go. Matthew? I'm at the park right now. Could you come by? What are you doing at the park at 10:05 p.m.? Just trying to think. I mean, weren't we warned about there being a possible ne'er-do-well on the loose? You know, an 18-year-old girl by herself in a park at 10:05 p.m. just kind of seems like asking for trouble, but I don't know. Oh boy. Here we are. Oh shit, okay, this dude just shoved my car out of the way. That's rude. Well, let's figure out where this park is. I think it's in the northwestern part of town, unless I'm completely wrong. No, it's in the south middle part of town, I believe. That's it, yep. Riverside Park, so we have to turn left here and then turn right when we can, and we'll come to the crossing where the park is. I wonder what Winona's up to, that she is apparently off in a remote place, a lonely place, thinking by herself, and yet now all of a sudden she's like, yeah, hey, come meet me here, I need to talk to you about the thing. Oh well. Let us look at the telephone booth and walk into the telephone booth. Let's realize we can't do anything. Oh, let's go in the park. Riverside Park. So what is this thing in the middle supposed to be, like a clock? It's a very small clock face, if that's what that's supposed to be at the top, but... Well, here we are. Thought you had a curfew. I snuck out. Well, yeah, there's that little detail that probably would have forgotten about if it hadn't been highlighted again. That's not like you, what's wrong, even though... Apparently that is like every girl in this town, based on the ones that... Well, the one that died and the one that is disappeared right now. Is it Emma? Everything about Emma has been a shock, so... I thought I would come out here and join her. Still trying to come to grips with it myself. Should have seen this coming. She says, though. Always knew Emma couldn't stand this town, wanted to get as far away as she could. Once she brought me along to Club Wolves, as in the bar. So the girl Wolf mentioned was Winona. Emma was wasted, and I was horrified. Tried to take her home, but this creepy guy wouldn't leave us alone. And I got rid of him by stabbing him with a fork, I guess. And then she said, Winona, this is no place for girls like you. Oh boy, isn't that messed up? That's when I realized there was another side of Emma I didn't even know about. Tried real hard to understand that part of her, I really did. When we said goodbye that night, Emma asked, is it fun being with me? I told her, yeah, we're friends, remember? But then she said, would you be sad if I disappeared? And I just looked at her and went, of course, why would you even ask that? Guess that was the right thing to say because it made her smile, and then she left. I guess we're gonna do the thing. That was an obvious cry for help. I should have done something. we're gonna have this 1998 hug. Don't blame yourself. Alright, bet Emma didn't want to get you caught up in whatever she was worried about. That's why she never told you what was going on to protect you. Tugging in front of the really bizarrely built clock in the middle here. As you've seen me at my lowest now, this isn't how I meant for this to go. But we're just gonna be like, it's fine. Dad will be worried about me, I should get home. I guess... Even though she's snuck out, now she's like, yeah, we just gotta assume that... the dad is gonna be able to notice that she's missing anyway. So let's see, let's bring up the map, see how we can get to the gas station from here. We can turn back, we can go, we can actually turn left from where we are right now and follow the road that's at the very bottom of this place. Oh goodness. And yeah, take this road over to the place where it will eventually be able to lead north, only to where the gas station is, I think. And I reckon I must be thinking the right thing, because I literally was just looking at it on the map. But I think we can also just if we keep driving over this way, it's supposed to be the whatchamacallit, the town entry and exit, but we can't go there right now. We're just stopped by this invisible wall. We can't go there ever, actually, but there it is. Welcome to Mizzurna Falls. So that's the edge of the world as far as we are concerned. But here we are. We can try to get the gas service while she's in our car. I wonder if that will be any different, or if, I don't remember if you're for some reason barred from doing that. Yeah, it looks like you kind of are. Pretty sure you can get gas service whenever you want, but it's just not gonna happen while without us in your car. That's like the point where we draw the line. Matthew, thank you for everything. And there she goes. And we can't go in here right now, can we? At almost 11 PM. Nope. It's locked. But now that we know that's no longer our passenger, I think something that we will be able to do is get gas, even though we're barely missing any gas. Maybe? Possibly? Oh, here we go. It says self-service, but somebody always comes out to do it for us. And there we go. We're barely missing any gas, but might as well start the next day topped off, because that is the final thing that we have to do on the first day. And I don't even know if we really have to do that, or if it's optional, but oh fuck. Okay, this is a problem. This is, unfortunate. I was hoping this wouldn't happen. But that might be a problem that we have recurringly with the center of town. Let's try to take another route to the center of town, or not. Oh dear lord. This could be a problem. If we're trapped here now. Trapped in this reality where, oh yeah, this road. We can take a look at this road, I guess. As long as we're here, it's just in the middle of the night, just standing around out here. Oh. Or if we try to talk to him, we could just, we could just have that happen. Just hangs. This is very unfortunate. I might have to do an executive decision to change back to the other setup that I had for this. I didn't expect to have this much trouble with this particular setup. I thought it was going to be better. Oh well. Might as well do it. I guess I'm gonna at least try to end the first day though. I mean, you already saw the end of the first day pretty much, but end the first day is in make a save, I guess. What the fuck am I doing, by the way? I'm like, not thinking about where I'm going. Let's not go to the sign. Maybe that triggered some kind of bizarre glitch trigger flag. Doesn't make any sense, but neither does the fact that any of those glitches happen. I don't think I need the extra challenge of just having the game glitch out every so often. I think I can live without that. I'll do one more attempt at, you know... Okay, it doesn't work. Hey, Matthew, thank you for everything. Yeah, I think... what I'm gonna do is, like... I'm gonna do a reset of this game on the old setup that I had for it. Don't worry about what that means. Fuck. Why am I not able to get the thing? I literally just got the... Is it because it thinks that I'm too full of gas? I mean, that certainly is probably true in a few different ways, but... You know what, who gives a fuck? Let's just go. Maybe the gas was the glitch flag that we should have avoided. But yeah, if I can like reset in the old setup that I had from this game when I went through it on my own the first time, and I'm able to like get to this point that I'm at right now without save stating and without anything glitching out and dying. Just gonna, you know, recreate that and keep that save and use that in the future. So I wasn't expecting it to be this much trouble. Oh. Alright, so let's see. There's an event at 5 in the morning. Let's do a 5 hours news. Close. Save data. I guess we can show that at least. Save to file A, sure. It's one that we've been using this whole time. That were like 10, 3, so do it 2 more times with the 1 hour map. And we should be able to at least get one more thing. 1 hour map. No, we're not gonna save this time, but we're gonna save the next one, I guess. Or not. It doesn't matter. Actually, let's do that. Save in slot 1. Or file A, whatever. File A in slot 1. You can hear the friggin' phone ringing as we're saving. Presumably the phone ringing is what wakes us up somehow. So let's, I guess, answer the phone and get that event, and that'll be that. Hey, Winona, why are you calling me at 5:45 in the morning? Today is Kathy's funeral. I'm thinking of going. What about you? I mean, have you already slept and gotten up even though? Do you need a ride? I'll walk there. Let's meet at the cemetery. I'll walk to the cemetery. I'll be there at 9:30 AM. I think that... even if you do answer that phone call from her, she like creeps around the outside of your house, your shed. At one point. Let's do a 1 hour nap. Because if you remember, something we have to do before the funeral is the bear hunt, which is at 7 AM. So, quite soon. We're not gonna do it right now though, like I said. I think I'm gonna... I mean, maybe we are... Oh, yep, she shows up here. Might find out some clues if you go to Kathy's funeral. You told me that already on the phone. But yeah, and she's like barring the way for us to pet the dog. But no, I think that's where we're gonna be calling that for now, probably. As we are unfortunately having some trouble with stuff, so I'll go ahead and shut things off. Yeah, sure. I will not do this, actually. Never mind. Actually, hold on. No, I will do that. Never mind. I will not do that. Hold on. Shit. I'm sorry, I'm like doing things in a really stupid way. Okay, now I will do both of these things. Alright, there we go. Now. But I think this is where we'll be calling things for the time being. Oh dear. Guess I'll put on the music again, if nothing else. So which month do you believe is the month of darkness? Could it be January? Which song is, or which month is like the most wintry month? I wonder. Oh goodness. Oh, that wasn't a complete disaster, I would like to imagine, so with that in mind, I believe I will leave things off at that. I will be trying to get through the game this week, as I said. And I will just go ahead and call things here though for the time being, but something I will be trying to do in the interim between now and next stream, which will hopefully be, you know, today was Monday. Well, has been Monday if it takes it's typically not over yet for another 10 minutes. Maybe I'll stream this again tomorrow. And then try to figure out another day or two elsewhere in the week to do the rest of this if, depending on how much more time I end up needing to get through the rest of it, but hopefully not too much of it anyway. Yes, hopefully going through this game again, but without it being something that's either a disaster, as it kind of has been threatening to do right now, or something that's just utterly interrupted. Interrupted by something completely unplanned and inopportune, but, well, hopefully we'll be able to do that, and then, you know, I am definitely looking forward to also not having to get the mic to clear my throat every few minutes, so that I can also properly return to certain other things that will hopefully work better now that I have an improved GPU setup. So I'll let that be the last thing that I say for now as I head off, so y'all take it easy. I thank everybody for coming like always, thanks for chatting, always great whenever people chat, and like I said, I also changed like one thing of the bot command so it like interfaces better with one of the dumb changes that Twitch makes, but all the changes that Twitch makes are dumb, it's like YouTube at that point. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to see you tomorrow for the next part of Mizzurna Falls, which I may also try some changes just to see if that affects anything of a different sort. But yeah, all that having been said, I will now say that I will see you later.